It's party time. We just had some chicken, a little mashed potatoes. Now we're going to have some Call of Duty, Benson.
Pretty good afternoon.
I'm liking it. We're going into one of the big matches of the day. We're now into winners round 2. You win here, you head to the semifinals, and we are seeing EG take on Faze Red. A lot of people thought TCM would take out Faze Red, but Faze Red pulling it out in a fairly close series.
Yeah, it was pretty close, I'll be honest. But, you know, Faze doing what they do best and closing out the game. But now, against EG, this is a completely different kettle of fish. This is what was, well, or potentially still is, the argument is for you guys at home to debate, of course, the best Call of Duty team to grace the game. You look at what they've achieved, the streak that they went on, absolutely unbelievable. But then came the X Games, where sadly everyone thought they were going to win gold. They walked away with a bronze medal. Still, they walked away with the X Games medal. Okay, that's still pretty impressive, right? But it wasn't the gold everyone thought. Now, they come here desperate for revenge.
You heard TP's interview earlier. These guys have been grinding. They are ready to get back on top of the podium at the end of the weekend. They've only lost to 3 teams that I can remember. XGN at UMG.
Right.
They lost to Strictly Business, who's now basically Faze Black.
Yep.
And they lost to Optic Gaming. Team Caliber actually beat them as well at X Games. So 4 teams have beaten them. But outside of that, they have dominated the scene. Can Faze Red be the 5th team to beat this EG lineup?
I don't know, Puckett, because this Faze team were pretty cursed when they came up against EG when they were under the Complexity name. They could never finally put the final nail in the coffin, so to speak. They would go 2-0 up, but never, ever finish out the series. Complexity, I think they had 3 times, a 2-0 comeback against Faze. So game underway. First map, Domination Freight. We've got Faze against EG. Who's your player to watch out for?
JCap, man. I love watching JCap. Unfortunately, he's not going to win his first battle. We're going to replays to grab that first flag, but really, I think JCap is the backbone of this Faze Red squad. And replays, he's had some really good games when he goes with the Remington. I want to see how long does he stick with that. You can see already EG had 3 in the middle of the map. They have B control. This is going to be a tough fight here for the Faze squad.
Yeah, Theory tries to go back to that B flag, is going to get shut down. Meanwhile, replays going up top. And this is an interesting map for EG. The way they play it is they actually have the least amount of caps in the COD League on this map, and people sit there and say, oh, but you know that must surely mean they lose. But no, the way they do it, they get their home flag, they get the B flag, and all they do is they just slay and slay and slay.
And here you can see it on the mini-map. They've slayed their way into Faze Red's base. Classic is going to have to go for the desperation cap over at A. B was just shut down, and big plays actually from replays on his home flag will allow it to be neutralized. But that's it. Now it's 2 flags to 1 in favor of Faze.
The big play is going to have to come from Classic, though. You see he has one EG player in the form of Aches just above him, and Aches is going to pick up that kill. But again, someone spawning in on that A flag, and you see immediately, thanks to Oracle Mode, just lying down in the corner. Aches is going to get shut down from the side. Nice play there coming in from replays. Meanwhile, Crim6 over at the C flag just trying to do some work.
Theory this time. So that's back-to-back double kills at their home flag for Faze Red. EG has been able to neutralize it twice, but the damage is done, never losing that flag so far in this game. We're going to Classic, who's on the middle, and finally that C flag has gone to Karma. B, neutral. A, in favor of Faze now.
Right now, JCap struggling at the start of this game with 2 minutes gone. Just 1 kill, 8 deaths. Now, Faze are desperately going to need JCap to step things up a little bit.
Yeah.
He's such an influential player on this lineup that he really does need to just try and pick up his performance a little bit. TP just killed Crim6 there with his trophy system, so trophy system went a little bit rogue. Meanwhile, JCap's still on your screen. Just not working for him right now.
And he's still going with the Vector here. I expected a Remington switch a while ago. I wonder, will he make that decision in the second half, potentially? Theory on your screen, picking up a big kill there with his last remaining bullets. Won't be able to get the 2-piece on B. Classic is going to try and help his teammates fight for it. You see everyone just falling there in the kill feed. As I'm looking at the stats here, you got Theory, who's already hit 10, and TP, who only has 3 kills. It's hard to decide who's outslaying who at this point.
Right, it's very back and forth action, and you can really tell that because that B flag has been neutral for a very long period of time. Both teams just trying to slay around the outside of it before they try and push past that B flag into the enemy base, try and get some far pushed kills. That's the game plan for both these two teams right now, but it seems like finally Faze jump on the B flag. One player from EG just dives on there like a hero, tries to make the play, doesn't happen. 3 players go down, 4 players go down, and now Faze trying to make a reduction of this deficit in the last 2 minutes.
Nice push there on B here for Faze Red. They are only down 5 points, we should add. So they're definitely in this game, hanging out with EG. This is EG's first game of the day, Faze Red's second match. And replays. Trying to get behind enemy lines, gonna get shut down. Nice awareness here by EG. Theory doing damage on B. He's gonna have 3 more challengers. There's 2 more to go. Has potential help from Red. And it looks like that's Classic now having to react. He's shut down instantly.
That could have been big plays on B, but meanwhile, JCap has rotated towards C. He's pushing for the neutral, realizes that the enemy are on that B flag, so he tried to go back, potentially pick up the cap, but he is gonna pay the price with his life. But Theory just hit a nice nade. 2 kills. Crim and Karma comes on that B flag, and Aches now trying to push back towards B. Picks up 1 with that MTAR, 53 seconds left. It's a 1-point game advantage currently with Faze, who is going to go into the second half with that lead. 45 seconds remaining. B flag contested. Crim6, nicely played, gets the cap.
Very nice. Going up top, you see TP and Aches in the kill feed clearing the way. And Aches is now on a 5-point spree. He was at 10-10, now sitting at 14-10 after getting that capture. Karma just trying to keep the pressure off the middle of the map as EG's trying to pull away. They're going to finish this one by about a 10-point advantage, I have a feeling. Especially if Karma gets in here to neutralize.
Yeah, Karma just heating up at the very end, but 14 seconds left. It's just going to be a small lead going into the second side, but still a lead nevertheless. And this is a map which EG traditionally can push a trip cap, and one of the few teams which can really actually hold it for a good period of time. They know when to back off, and they all have the individual talent to go big on those home flags. But fair play to Faze, you know, they kept that close, and they really are taking it to EG.
Yeah, 7-point difference there. Theory really kind of shining at this point. I think we need to show a lot more camera time to him. Replays with that Remington, I thought we were going to see some big numbers. He dropped 16. On the other side, we're used to Crim6 kind of just destroying on a map like Freight. He's been quiet, held under double digits so far in this game. Let's start things off with Evil Geniuses.
Crim is going to be on your screen. Off the breakout, using that MTAR, looks to his left-hand side. Assist comes in. As all players are going to be to his right. Replays comes out strong, and I want to point out as well, JCap, he was 1-7, he's now 9-16, so he is picking things up slowly. But again, still needs to have a bit better performance, I feel, if you're going to have any chance of beating EG. Because EG is that kind of team where you need everyone firing on all cylinders if you're going to ever have a chance of beating them.
Really confused by Karma's last play there. He was kind of pre-firing or pre-aiming at that red doorway, expecting some kind of weird flank. Didn't come, and he was punished. And now you see Classic and the boys trying to take this B flag away. Will they be able to secure it? Looks like the grenades are going to force him back after they do get the secure.
Classic actually challenging that. Interesting decision, but didn't pay off for him. TP cleans up Theory as well, so now JCap and Classic need to defend that B flag. JCap on your screen cleaned up 1, couldn't find the second. Classic's in no man's land to defend it, and you see 3 EG players are going to be around that corner. That's not a corner I would want to turn around.
That's Crim6 and Karma putting the pressure on, and they're setting up for this spawn trap. Unfortunately, it looks like one player's going to sneak by. Karma with the up-close and personal headshot on JCap is going to have free reign to push over on A. Looks like he's going to let Crim do that. He's going to keep watching this front entry. Calls it out to Crim. Crim reacts. Nice teamwork here so far from EG.
And this is the play that you see EG do time and time again when it comes to Domination Freight. They'll push that A flag when they have BC control. They'll neutral it. They'll try and slate, pick up the spawn kills, and then they'll go for the trip cap. And that's really a sign of when they start clicking, so to speak. Replays, though, with 3 minutes left, him and the squad need now to try and make a play on that B flag.
Replays with the Remington, has not switched out his loadout yet, and it seems to be paying off for him. Unfortunately, won't be able to connect. That's 4 down for EG. Opportunity here for Faze to hop on this B flag. Classic working with JCap to secure it.
Yeah, Classic has done well. He stayed on the flag, helped his teammates out. Now needs to push out and try and get some kills. Don't get turned on! Oh, career ender! Oh, Karma.
4 down.
That was disgusting. 4 players from Faze go down just like that. Blink of an eye. And Karma's going to say, hey, just ruined your career. I'm going to cap that B flag too.
Yeah, I'm going to throw this trophy down. No grenades needed. And it looks like Aches, he's going to put some pressure on the spawn. Calls it out to Karma. Karma trying to get in position, not able to. Crim and TP now need to do the damage, and TP, who had an awful start, has really brought it back on the second side, sitting at 20-20 now.
He's looking very good as Crim pushing through towards the enemy spawn. Theory does clean him up. TP, bottom crates. He's going to get challenged here. May have to use his knife.
Nice.
Nope. Managed to get the hip fire. Another player up top, and look at that plate. Someone's making their way all the way to C. Now Crim trying to come from the angle, gets the angle, loses the flag though. So momentarily, if Faze play it right, they could have the numbers game.
This is the game over right here. This is the final nail in the coffin if Ace can stay alive. We saw what we could do at X Games in that power position. This time, not going to happen. At X Games, Benson, if you remember, Ace ran out of ammo twice from up there.
Yeah, he went up there, picked up a couple of extra guns, went back up there again, and he was a slaying animal. 2018 this game. He's done his role very, very well. 1.5 minutes left. Crim just going to try and clean up some kills bottom red. Meanwhile, Karma, again, just going to push for that A flag, drops back, turns around. There's one kill.
Oh! Return
Another
fire,
one!
says Faze.
Oh, no. This time, Replays turns around, gives Karma the old 1-2.
Hey, here's some business. Hope you like it. Theory throwing down that trophy, dodging the bullets. Enough come through, and he will be dropped. Same thing with Classic, all up to Replays now. 1-on-4 in the middle of the map. This is not going to be fun.
No, it's not. As now with 54 seconds left, look at the score differential, 31 points, and you've got EG all over Faze's base. I think it's safe to say at this point, Evil Genius is going to take the first map in this series. And, you know, if I'm Faze, you need to try and recover because, you know, they looked pretty good at the start of the second side for a couple of minutes there, but it was really the start of the game which cost them quite massively, to be honest with you. You know, JCap kind of underperforming a little bit, needs to have a solid S&D game because earlier on when we watched Faze play, his S&D and his blitz game were absolutely impeccable.
Ace chasing TP and Karma now for most kills. Look at TP roll, has now put up 26. Karma, though, has really just been that solid player from start to finish on Freight. 27, 20 deaths, and 7 captures as he's been that flanker.
Yep. Now, just waiting for the time to end. There it is.
164, 127. That's kind of a thrashing there on that second side.
Yeah, a little bit. It was very, very close on that first side. Second side started pretty close as well, but quickly spiraled out of control as EG just setting the dominance. Replays that there, shaking his head. Knows that they had at least a chance of taking that, but sadly just couldn't carry it through.
Yeah, the numbers tell the story of this game, and you can see EG on that second half just pulling away, outslaying their opponents, able to recapture B almost effortlessly. Every time it was lost, they picked up 2, picked up 3, everyone swarmed it. They regained control. But here's a look at our numbers. Karma, 27, 21, 7 captures is going to top the leaderboard for that EG lineup. On the other side, Replays had a pretty solid game, a strong first half. Slowed down a little bit on the second side, but he definitely put up some numbers.
Yeah, Replay's definitely one of the most consistent players on that lineup. You got to watch out for him across all game modes. But right now, Faze, they don't need individuals. They need a team if they're going to have any chance of taking down EG. And I don't know if they can do it, Puckett. I really don't.
I do. They're going to win this search.
You reckon?
No, I'm a liar. We're going to a commercial break. When we return, we'll find out. Can EG go 2-0, or will Faze Red tie it up at 1 apiece?